YouTube? Your girl is back. Your girl is back with another video. Alrighty, well, thank y'all for tuning in today. As I always say to the ones of you all who get to join me live, welcome, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, what is you doing? What are you doing? And for those of you all who will not be able to make this live today, it's no worries because you will always be free to catch the replay. So thank y'all for tuning in today. I know I'm always coming up in here impromptu. I gotta get better at scheduling my live so everyone can anticipate me going live and be tuned in. But like I said, I will always leave my lives up for replay. So let's get into some things, honey. And let's talk about what happened over the weekend, child. So this weekend I had a good old jolly time. It was my 10-year reunion, so I wasn't too much on the internet. I was just really enjoying the festivities, reuniting with my high school class. I was a graduate from 2011. Whoop, whoop. So we met up, we had a tailgate, we had a party, so I was enjoying that. So I wasn't on the internet as much this weekend, but there were a few things that caught my eye that I want to get into and talk about. And then I will let everyone get back to enjoying their day. I know that people probably have to get their kids some lunch. School just let out to not too long ago, so I'm pretty sure everybody's probably preparing dinner and things of that nature. So I ain't gonna be on here long. I just wanted to chit chat, and get into some things, honey. Get into it. Alrighty, so let's start off with QuinnK, honey. QuinnK from Clout Chasers got exposed, y'all. And I think that's how you say her name. If that's not how you say her name, then I am so sorry. But that's just I think that's how I think that's how it's pronounced. So background on who QuinnK and the Clout Chasers are. They are Quinn is a part of a commentary channel called the Clout Chasers LLC, and her and I don't know if it's her mom or her homegirl. I don't know who her other partner is, but her and another lady, they go live and they give commentary on the mommy channels. They pretty much give reactions on, similar content as a lot of the reaction channels. Mommy channels, anyone who's pretty much a YouTuber or a smaller YouTuber, they do the content on them. Now, a lot of people are not favorable. They're not everyone's favorite. I've watched them a few times, but it's very gruesome. Honey, they be on there going in. They will lay it all out, honey. They will call somebody fat, nasty, stinking. They don't let up. So they give very harsh, judgmental commentary, in my opinion. Like I said, now YouTube is a free platform to express yourself. And me personally, I just can't take a whole bunch of bashing and name calling of other women. So I can't digest that kind of stuff very well, but their commentary it gives it gives a lot. It gives a lot of harshness. I will say that. And so they pretty much have put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth on the YouTube streets here because yeah, they like I said, they give some very raw, unfiltered, disrespectful commentary, and that's just what it is, pretty much. So Queen K, she is one of the members of that channel, and she has broken off, and she has her own YouTube channel where she kind of shows us her daily life with her kids. And I think she's married, if I'm not mistaken. So she's married to a guy. Now I don't know if they're married, engaged. I don't know if he's her boyfriend. So I'm just gonna call him her partner. And I don't know if I don't know. I keep pausing because I don't know if my live is working properly. If someone has commented and I haven't said anything, I don't see any comments rolling in, or maybe no one has commented yet. But it's okay. But yeah, so Quinn, she broke off. She created her own channel where she's kind of giving us mommy content, vlogging content, cleanup content, raising my kids content. right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb, but I'm back. So back to what I was saying. So Quinn, she does her own personal content. And the viewers who watch her content after viewing, the way she lives and her lifestyle and her boyfriend, husband, partner, whatever he is to her, a lot of people was like, well, wait a minute. You all give pretty harsh content. You all be on here being very judgmental, really nasty and disrespectful to these people who you all talk about, but your life ain't all the way together. So people started noticing that. People picked up on it and they just weren't feeling her. So people kind of have had it out for them anyway. My opinion after viewing, her channel and her content and just looking at them as a collective, the clout chasers, and this is not me being mean, but the way they talk about people, like for example, when Strong Lummy Chrissy had her drama going on and she was, getting exposed by a guy that she was dealing with at one point, they were, saying that she was overweight and no man would ever want her and she looks disgusting and they were calling her fat. They talk about, they use a lot of derogatory terms to describe other women when, and this is not me being funny at all, but they are not the token children for, a beauty contest. They don't get on here looking like they on the cover of anybody's magazine. Like I said, not trying to be funny, but it really is kind of odd how harsh they give content when, they obviously could have some things that they could work on themselves as well. So when people started to view Quinn's content, they were kind of confused because, her lifestyle was not adding up to how judgmental she is of other women. Pretty much, long story short. Well, I guess, people's speculation was correct, because over the weekend, Quinn's boyfriend, partner, husband, he exposed her. He exposed her for cheating on him. He exposed some DMs between her and another guy. I don't know if this guy was someone who she had talked to in the past or whoever, but they were speaking, freaky to each other. They were talking about what they were going to do in the bedroom. And also, he furthermore then exposed their home and how she let the children, run around and how she let them draw on the walls and how they've tore up game system and how she doesn't clean up and how she's nasty. And he was video recording the home. And, he pretty much just exposed her for being, not cleanly and also a cheater, pretty much. Quinn then clapped back and she posted a video of her because the guy who Quinn is with is white. And so her clapback was she posted up a picture of her, I guess some throwback pictures of her in an old boo thing. And she said, once you go black, you don't go back. And and that's pretty much what happened there. So, my take on the clout chaser situation is this is why you gotta sweep around your own front door before you sweep around someone else's. Like I've always said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with giving commentary and your opinion on someone else's life, but you might want to be careful how harsh you are on another sister, another black woman, white woman, whoever. You got to be careful because you never know when it may be your turn to be exposed or when it's your turn to have the spotlight put on you. And like the old people always said, every dog gonna have their day. Everybody's gonna have their day where they may go through something that's unfavorable, where they may feel like, they're defeated. And so while I'm okay with, us, people gathering on YouTube and having their reaction channels and, talking about certain situations, and certain situations can give us a little kiki here and there, but you don't want to get too deep into disrespecting people and, degrading people and really just hounding on people, because what's going to happen when we turn the cameras on in your home? And so this was just a prime example of that. This was a prime example of, someone who came to the internet very harsh on other women, talking about people like a dog, talking about people for being nasty, calling people disgusting, talking about people, the way people are raising their children, and this, that, and the third. But yet, here you are in that same, if not a worse predicament. They've done plenty content on my Jazzy life and Strong Mommy Chrissy and Liv's life and all of that. But from what it's looking like, they are upkeeping their homes and tending to their children better than you are. That's what it's looking like from what your partner exposed. And so this is just another example why you have to be mindful, how you go in, especially when you came to this platform talking about people who you don't know their story, you don't know them personally. So to call them ugly, fat, disgusting, no man will want her, she looks like she stank, to say all that harsh stuff about these women, and then you are behind the scenes just as unorganized as you're accusing them of being. Yeah, that was very weird to me. So, that's just a lesson learned. I hate that her and her husband are going through it, or boyfriend, or whatever he is. I hate that her and her partner are getting into it and he's exposing them, because that still sucks. She's still a human. So I'm not, it's not going to be too harsh on her, but this is just a prime example of why you have to be mindful of how you speak on other people, because you never know when it's your turn. Okay? And so that's what happened with that. So definitely leave your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below. But I just found that very, very odd and coincidental that, this is a person who is a part of a channel that is known for being nasty and tearing somebody down and reading somebody for filth, honey, not letting up. And then here you are with all this drama and all this extraness going on. Like I said, can't judge her for cheating on her man or whatever. People have been there, done that. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, just be mindful of how you speak on other women. So that was my only thought on that. Now moving on to the Boosie situation. So another thing that happened over the weekend is Boosie and Lil Nas, honey, they at it again. The girls were fighting again. So everyone pretty much knows, how Boosie and how he feels about the LGBTQ community. We know how he feels about, Lil Nas and his display and his pridefulness of his sexuality. And so, Boosie has been a trending topic for a while because he has some opinions that don't favor, the thoughts of everyone else. Most people embrace Lil Nas. They love how he is coming out and he's so, hey D. Yeah, girl, we just got off of the QuinnK topic. We talking about Boosie now. But everyone knows how Boosie pretty much feels. And he's pretty much, it says, I want to hear what you were talking about. Girl, yeah, QuinnK from the Clout Chasers. I don't know if you ever heard of the Clout Chasers. I don't, you probably have. But she pretty much got exposed, and she be on here talking about people like a dog and dogging women out, and she don't got exposed by her man. But of course, I'm gonna leave this up for the replay. But thank you for supporting and watching, girl. But yeah, so back to Boosie. Yes, they, everyone kind of knows how he feels about, Lil Nas. And so my opinion on how he feels is this. I feel like, there is a huge double standard when it comes to yeah, D, it got messy, honey. But yeah, there is a double standard when it comes to these rappers and how they feel about the LGBTQ community versus how they feel about, heterosexual display of affection and sexuality. So I get why people would be very upset with Boosie. I do feel like, he's entitled to his opinion on certain situations. But yes, yeah, girl, I love Boosie, but he was dead wrong. Yeah. At first when he was talking about the whole, children transitioning thing, that's pretty much the only thing that I kind of agree with him on. But then again, it's kind of like, you're the same man who bragged about, having your minor children have sexual relations at an early age. And so if we don't want to put sex on children, let's not put it on them in any way. You know what I'm saying? Let's let them be kids. So I love Boosie. Boosie is a character, you know what I'm saying? But Boosie gonna have to just chill out. So over the weekend, for those of you all who don't know what happened, Lil Nas, I think he was on live and he was just making a joke about how him and Boosie could potentially collab together. But I think he was honestly just joking. And Boosie came back and Boosie ripped him a new one. He chumped them off. Meek said, I understand what he meant about the kids, but his delivery why I gotta be so ratchet. Yes, Boosie, his delivery is very wrong, because when he first started to speak out about certain topics, I kind of saw where he was trying to go with it with the whole Dwayne Wade situation, but it was so wrong and ratchet. It was just like, Boosie, you gotta articulate your thoughts a little bit better if you want people, the masses, to understand what you're saying. But with the Lil Nas situation, honey, he don't went too far. But yeah, so he came back at Lil Nas and he told him to do some harmful things to himself, and he called him some slurs, and he basically he let him know, don't play with me like that, and it was just all bad. It was fun. Hey, Bless Highly. Meek said, "Don't cut his thing off." Yeah, who like Boosie? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? But yeah, it was all wrong. And like I just feel like my advice to Boosie would be, look, sit this one out, Boosie. I understand, if you gonna stand on how you feel, he's just one of those people. He don't care. He gonna say what he say. He gonna stand on it. But you have to be mindful of how you come at someone, especially when you're a public figure and you have so much influence, and you don't want to be that person that's spewing hate on our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to say, listen, I don't agree with certain parts of Lil Nas's lifestyle. I don't agree with what he displays. And you can just leave it at that, but to, go be so, I guess, to be so passionate about him being gay and displaying his love for other men, it's kind of like, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we don't say nothing when y'all be on here with these half naked women showing their booty crack, every piece of their body. We don't say this when y'all make these vulgar songs that have every cuss word, every sexual position description in the song. And we don't say anything when you heterosexual men, when you all display your love for the vagina, let me know. So we can't always get so mad when it's other people who may like the same sex, when it's their turn to express themselves, you know and I feel about Lil Nas like I feel about Lizzo. Like Lil Nas. I like Lizzo. Sometimes, what people judge them for, I think they can kind of use that too much as a marketing strategy. Like, at this point, sometimes we got to move on and just be artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't always have to go back and forth with the people who slander us for certain things. So with Lil Nas, I love him. I like him. He cool. But I do feel like you don't have to make your whole career about you being a black man who loves other black men. Stand on the fact that you gay, you proud, you love what you love, and just move on. You don't have to base every conversation or every performance or everything you do around that. The same way I don't want to hear a straight man always telling people how they straight. If you rap, sometimes I just need you to rap, do your music, and we don't have to make everything so controversial all the time. That's my only opinion about it. But in this situation, Boosie was dead wrong. And then another thing is, Boosie, you're a much older guy as well. And I'm not saying that he gotta, tread lightly, because Lil Nas is grown, right? But this is a young man just trying to find his way in the industry. Let this man live. Let him find his way. Okay. Everyone did not always make the best decisions when they came onto the scene, when they were a new artist trying to find themselves. So he'll find a good balance, but we can't tell him how to express himself. Just let Lil Nas be, because you're barking up the wrong tree with that, Boosie. Now, do I think Boosie can ever be canceled? Boosie's one of them people that, he has that hood support. He's a hood dude at the core. So I don't really think he even cares if he gets canceled or not. But it's becoming cringe worthy at this point. Like, it's becoming kind of sad to watch. It ain't that deep. Why we got to keep going back and forth with Lil Nas about his display of his sexuality? Just let it be. Like I said, you know. Hey Jen, how you doing today? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, that's the only thing. Hold on, let me tell my child to stop all this hollering. 1 second, child. Okay, I'm back, y'all. But yeah, that rant that Boosie went on, he just needs to just take a chill pill. He needs to take a chill pill. When it comes to the LGBTQ community, everyone's gonna have their different opinions about different aspects of it and things of that nature. And there are some people, me personally, love is love to me. You can love who you want to love. Oh, yeah, you coming here being so sweet. But yeah, love is love. I don't have nothing against people, loving who they want to love, and I don't have nothing against that. So I'm here for, him being, a gay man who's a superstar. I'm here for that. Now when it comes to, a lot of people, Lil Nas gets a lot of controversy because he has such a younger audience. And so, sometimes it can be a lot, for, your, because he started off with Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? So, if my little 4 or 5 year old child is in love with this man because of Old Town Road, and now he's kind of transitioned over into like a more risque sexual kind of content. I would feel the same way about when Cardi B came out with WAP. Listen, you ain't listening to that. Sorry, not sorry. So I think people are just kind of concerned about how boisterous he is because he did have such a younger fan base, and that's understandable. But we just have to let Lil Nas be Lil Nas. Because like I said, I personally think that a lot of heterosexual rappers, they aren't always giving us the best example of what we should let our children listen to. Like I said, I love me some NBA YoungBoy, but baby, he gonna turn your child into a gangbanger and a murderer off the rip, okay? And so I think that instead of trying to put the focus on, you know, Lil Nas just, being, a gay man and he's doing too much and all of this and the third. Let's just put the focus on just, let kids be kids. And if we gonna try to filter Lil Nas out, then let's filter out everybody that's overly sexual. Let's filter out everybody. Ain't no reason why R. Kelly should have been playing back in the day at the birthday party. Okay. So let's just do a better job overall. If we don't want our children to be exposed to too much, then we should do a better job overall as parents, filtering out every piece of it, not just, the bisexual or the gay pieces of it. That's just how I feel. But Boosie, honey, I don't know how you gonna come back from that one, Boosie. I love you, but yeah, this is the thing. I don't hate anybody. I think like I said, I can understand where Boosie is coming from, but the problem in the Black community sometimes is we can be a little hypocritical, because a lot of times people don't get mad about things being inappropriate until it comes from a gay person. And then we want to jump up and be like, don't let them kids see that, don't let them do that. But our kids really shouldn't have been watching none of this stuff. If you want to be honest, if we just keep it at 100, our kids shouldn't have been listening to WAP. Our kids shouldn't have watched Meg and Cardi B on the little performance they had with the girl on girl scenes, if it was that serious. So I would say, hey, CC's life. I would say, Boosie, you're going too hard on this Lil Nas thing, and it's starting to get a little weird for me. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Like I said, we live in a time where it is kind of touchy because it's like people want everyone to just agree with everything that everyone does, and everyone is entitled to have their own opinion. So we cannot cancel Boosie because he does not agree with a certain lifestyle. But I wouldn't cancel him just because he does not agree. Because like I said, everyone has their own core morals and values at heart, right? But what you can get counseled for, bully, is not bully. I'm not bully. What you can get counseled for, Bootsy, is bullying people and being hateful. Now that's when it's kind of like, all right, you don't have to agree with it. You can voice your stance on it, but we don't have to go so hard. That's just all I'm saying. You know. And so those were pretty much the two topics. That kind of caught my eye this weekend. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you all long today. But you all chatted up, honey. I'm gonna leave this up for replay. You tell me, what do you all think? Do you all think that Boosie took it too far? I know some people were in the comments under the Breakfast Club and they were like, well, Lil Nas is trolling Boosie. And Lil Nas that's what he get for messing with a real gangster. Boosie don't play them type of games. But it's kind of like, we gotta do better just spreading love. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta do better at, you know, let's this is the thing. Boosie can feel however he wants to feel about Lil Nas. But when you have so many people watching you and you are a popular public figure and you have so much reach and so much influence, instead of putting so much energy into spewing your hate or your dissatisfaction with something, let's just put the focus on spreading love and positivity. Because if I were Boosie, I would just say, look, hey, my opinion is my opinion. I don't agree with certain things that are being displayed, but hey, at the end of the day, he's a young black man. He's doing his thing. So I'm still gonna send my love, and it's just certain things that I just you know, can't support. And just leave it at that, you know? Because we can't force Boosie to support a lifestyle he doesn't agree with, right? But what we can do, what I always say, everybody, even animals on the street, deserve a little respect. And Boosie, at this point, you're getting disrespectful, and you're too old to be this bothered. I'm just being real. you know, if we're gonna be mad and outraged about Lil Nas, we need to get mad and outraged about everything. Because honestly, I was outraged with this new wave of rappers. And don't get me wrong, I love me some rap music, honey. I love me some ratchet, good old gang banging on your way to your 9 to 5. That's me, honey. I be in the car selling drugs in my head, right? So it sounds good. But honestly, I be getting disturbed about how these new rappers that are coming out, all these 19, 20 year olds, they are bona fide killers and they proud of it and will brag about it and make a documentary about it. We ain't out here talking about that. We ain't out here trying to change the narrative on that. So, let's just be more selective about what we choose to be upset about. I would be more concerned that every rapper that's up and coming now already has caught multiple bodies and be participating in shootouts and can't even make it to their rise to fame before they get locked up. Look at Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. You know what I'm saying? They were at the peak of their career. And boom, they in the slammer. And that's sad to me because I want to see them win. So we need to push that narrative, that agenda. Let's start making, it cool to evolve. And you don't have to come on the scene still trying to prove you gangster to nobody. Because if you don't put in your work in the streets, that's what you've done. And once you get that meal ticket out of the hood, leave it there and just elevate and change. Look at Lil Baby. He don't have to tell us that he killed people to get his word across and to be a popular influence. That's why he's so wonderful, because he understands what it takes to change and evolve. So, what I would say to Bootsy is, before we sit around here and get so upset about Lil Nas being gay, let's get upset when we have, this new wave of young entertainers who can't, for the sake of them, leave the killing, the violence, the kidnapping, the drug dealing. They can't leave that life alone. Let's encourage more of those young brothers to change. You know. But that's just my thoughts and opinions, honey. And that's just what happened over the weekend. It was the weekend recap, honey. As more tea comes in, I will go live again. But thank you all for watching me today. And like I said, I'm going to leave this up for replay. I just wanted to do a little quick chat. And like I said, y'all chat it up with me and y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section here. And I'll definitely respond. And I also, if you all want to put something in the chat now before I get off, I'll stay on here for another minute or so. And if anybody wants to put their opinion out there before I get off live today, let's chat. Was Boosie wrong? Take me a little sip of water. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, honey. And like I said, as more tea comes in, I will come back. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all children. I know y'all probably have to help with homework and fix dinner and get ready for to settle down for the night. I'm about to run some errands and honey get my child situated. So you all have a good day, and I will see you all in my next video. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your way out, and y'all have a good day.